You're supposed to be dancing, Maya.
Motion from that. Motion from that. Motion from that.
Her face.
Hey, everybody.
Oh.
Well, welcome to another episode of Still Dope. Hey, Chris. Hey, Shahida. How's my lovies?
Ladies.
Well, as y'all can see, we have a special guest in the house.
We've been rolling with special guests lately.
Yes, we're doing the do. So, we had a layover last week with no Married at First Sight. They have like a recap episode. And we had a new episode on Wednesday. And, we figured, why not take it to the streets and bring somebody to the table that, is of that age group and that can talk that shit with us about these couples. So welcome to social media influencer, boss, babe, Ms. Maya Mallory. What up, girl?
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I cannot wait to give my point of view. And on that note, believe it or not, my friend just knocked on the door. So I'm going to go grab her.
Oh, good God. All right.
I know.
So,
how was you guys' week?
Busy.
It's slow as hell because I'm going on vacation next week. So, each day is slow as hell.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I thought it would be good to bring someone into the mix that kind of understands, maybe understand what these couples are going through and maybe give us some dish, because we are in Boston with the exception of Chris, and Shahida's in Rhode Island, but Maya's in them streets. So
I can really relate to
good shit for us.
Absolutely.
So is Kate gonna join us?
She's walking in all tiptoeing. She's coming in. Come on in. Are you ready?
Oh, Kate, sit your ass down. Come on now.
Come sit on down. She's gonna have to go grab her own wine though.
Hi.
Hi,
all right,
Kate.
so we've got the youngins representing.
Okay.
All right. So, Kate, this is Shahida, and this is Chris, and you know me.
Hey, Kate.
Yes. Hi.
So, all right.
Hi.
This episode, I was all over the interwebs between Thursday and today, and apparently everybody's in agreement with us that Wednesday's episode was boring.
There was an episode on Wednesday?
There was a new episode Wednesday. Did you not watch it?
That's how boring it was.
No,
That's how
I was
boring.
gonna say. Anyway, so let's just get these two off the table because they were kind of boring this week. Michael and Jasmina. Apparently, they're getting
with Michael and Jasmina before Maya goes. Just one quick thing.
Else?
I just want to before Maya goes. I just want to say one quick thing.
Go ahead.
If Jasmina had acted this way the entire time, it would be a whole different story right now. Go, Maya.
See, this couple is very interesting to me. Hold on, I gotta double check to make sure I'm looking at the right couple. Yeah, the short guy, Michael.
With the beard.
Why is he
Yeah,
That's
why she doesn't like him.
That's what you said, the brother with the beard. Well, you think that's not the only reason why she doesn't like him.
It's definitely just the height difference because he's charming. He's not bad looking. I think she's just a little height deficit on it, and she does, and it's going to be a deterrence. I don't know. What do you feel?
I think it might be like a physical attraction thing more than anything because I feel like they were connecting fine on every other level. So it's like the only thing is like physical attraction. I think she's afraid to say it, or maybe doesn't want to hurt his feelings in saying it directly. But I think that's the issue, There has to be physical attraction to continue to move forward in a relationship. And
yeah, because she said it in the episode when she was talking to her mom, and she's made it very clear with the experts that she's just not attracted to him. She keeps saying it so much that now I'm of the place where I want to see who she's dated before. because
Yeah.
if she's not physically attracted to him or what have you, I'm like, I need to see who you
Like-
dated before because he better be fine as shit. They're like 6'9".
He's not bad looking. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything. He's gone through a lot as a person, so I feel like I feel like the only thing is physical, and I think his height is the one thing. She can't wear heels around him. She's already taller than him. You can see that, and that's a huge thing.
I'm just sick of the women in Married at First Sight. If you're not physically attracted to him, say that from the jump. You're not going to hurt his feelings. Whatever you say, you know what? Not I wish you were taller. I'm just not feeling it. Let's write it out. Let's be whatever. But don't be a bitch about it the whole fucking time. Like, Michael, you're not saying this. You're not doing that. I'm not hearing you. I don't want to fuck you. And she would have been, if he was fine, if he was like 6'3" and was like, this, that, and the other, she'd be like, oh no, you can be aggressive with me. It's okay. You can be aggressive. But she does not. He's going through all this stuff, trying so hard to be like, yeah. So I'm working on, I'm gonna be careful with her and not, I don't want to push her into anything that she doesn't want to do. And she's like, I don't like that. She doesn't want to fuck him. She just doesn't want to fuck him. So just say that from the beginning instead of putting the man through. Because it's the end of the day, she ain't gonna fuck him, and she ain't gonna say yes. No matter what he says.
She didn't want to look like Alyssa, whatever the girl's name was.
She already does, though.
Want to look.
She didn't want to look like that girl. She was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to ride this one out and just tell him. I'm just gonna have to ride this one out.
You can ride shit out. You can ride shit out civilly. You can be civil and be like, but don't come up with reasons. Yeah. Well, you're aggressive, this and the other. When he's not aggressive, just say, you know what? I don't know if I'm really feeling. Alyssa never even said, I don't like you, Chris.
I know,
like, I'm not attracted to you. If she had said, you know what? He's not my type physically, and I just couldn't get over it. He's a nice guy. Then we wouldn't hate Alyssa so much. And I'm starting to hate Jasmine even more.
But that's what it is. It's all because they're all scared to say about the physical attraction part.
Can I say
that's what we're all afraid to admit, that they're not physically attracted to the partner, but that's what you risk when you sign up for it.
Thank you.
But she has said that. And the thing is that because she signed up for this, and we learned this with, I'm going to just bring in another show real quick. We learned this with Love is Blind, Japan. You could date the total opposite of what you are normally used to. And if you give it a chance, you can have a great relationship. We saw that with them. We even saw it with Love is Blind, the first one with I forget the couple's name now, but the black girl and the white guy that ended up getting married.
Oh yeah, the first one. Yep.
Neither one of them had ever dated outside their race before. So with Jasmina, I get it that he might not be the physical type that you're used to, but look how patient this man is. Look how open he is. Look how much you are not going to get everything. And believe me, if you opened up just a little, he will become the finest thing you ever seen walking down the street because he treats you good.
Mm-hmm.
It's her loss.
We know that, and she tells her friends that, but she hasn't told him that.
Yeah. And I thought he was.
Look, I'm not really attracted. Honestly, you're a really nice guy. I like this and the other, but I'm not physically attracted to you. At least he can be like, okay, well, shit, I ain't got shit to lose. Let me just be me. And if you like it, if you don't, you don't. Let's just, but at least he's not like, there's a shot. I really think that, we're getting really, together, we're like getting closer. He thinks there's a shot. He ain't got no kind of shot at all.
No.
But I think he is understanding his position a little bit though.
But that's through a feeling as opposed to her saying to him, look, he's trying so hard to convince her that, hey, I can be there. Oh, you want me to be understanding? Oh, let me get that for you. Oh, that she's just like, well, if you did this, maybe if you did that more, I'd be more understanding. Okay, let me do that more. If he knows from the jump, look, I'm just not into you, he at least can have to take the respect for himself and be like, you know what? all right, well, let's just have a good time while we are still married, and so I don't have to deal with you being a bitch all the fucking time to me.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say about them too, with regards to this episode, was I thought it was cute that again he gets respect, and she's never gotten her driver's license or learner's permit or what have you. And I thought it was cute how he gave her the little quiz with the flashcards of, you know, the driving questions, and then actually took her out and, you know, put her behind the wheel. He was really patient, albeit nervous, but I thought that was really cute. He was really patient with her. She's a dumbass. I'm sorry. He seems like a really good guy. And
yeah.
I mean, so he's a little bit shorter than you. If he's not, I always look at it this way because I'm tall. So I don't have an issue with dating a guy shorter than me. It would be on him whether or not I would pursue it, because I like my high heels. You know, I'd be respectful of his thoughts, you know, or his feelings on it. But if he was like, I don't care, wear your high heels, I'm gonna be looking like the Jolly Green Giant walking beside my little short man holding his hand. Damn if people make fun of us.
One thing I want to say, a perfect example, she did what you were talking about. A perfect example is season 1 of Married at First Sight. From the jump, Jamie said, I don't like you. I'm not attracted to you. I'm sorry. You seem like a nice guy. He said, okay, I see you. I'm going to lay back in the cut and be me. Eventually, she was like, oh, he's nice. Oh, okay. I'm like, well, no, I don't want to sleep next to you. He's like, fine, I'll sleep over here. Oh, okay, well, fine. And she's like, I think I like him. They're fucking married with 2 kids now because she said at the beginning, I don't like you. And he was trying so hard to be like, but Jamie, I'm a nice guy. She's not attracted. If he was like, okay, he's like, that was the perfect example of him laying back. Oh, you don't? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna be nice guy over here waiting for your ass to come around, because I know that's what happens with women a lot of times when they're not forced to be with somebody. You have to let it seep in a little bit. He laid back in the cut, and they're married with fucking 2 kids right now. And she at the wedding, I don't want to take pic. Don't touch me in our pictures. Don't look at me.
I remember that. That was painful.
Crying, going, oh my God, I'm so not attracted to him. They got 2 fucking kids now. Jasmina had just released from herself.
Yeah.
For herself. Give that, you know what? It's out there. I don't have to hide like, well, you're not doing this. She's holding on to, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Hurt that motherfucker's feelings from the beginning. So he knows. So you're not trying to hurt him slowly. She's slowly trying to fucking hurt him and cut him like that. I suppose chop his head off. She's slowly, like, what the fuck, like this.
Right.
Like,
letting him make all the adjustments to himself, and then she's gonna drop the ball in the end after he, changes himself to fit the mold that kind of she wants in the relationship to make the relationship work in the end. So it doesn't really make sense to me. But at the end of the day, he's done everything he needs to do, I feel like, to be a good partner and to prove that to her. Like, he already inspired her, to start her driver's license and all that. And, that's what you, and at the end of the day, want in a partner, to make you better. And if she can't see that, then it's going to be her loss in the end. But you made a good point.
Let's not sell Michael short, though, because he's vocalized this on several occasions with regard to Jasmina. Like, everybody's like, oh, Jasmina's not going to say yes at the end.
I don't think so.
I don't think he's going to say yes, because in speaking with his sister, and then when he spoke with his brother, like a couple of episodes back, he's made it very clear that, if nothing changes, or if she's just the same way, he's going to find it very difficult to say yes on decision day. So it's in his head. I mean, he's doing the most. He's doing the work, but I don't think that it's a given for him come decision day. Even if they're laughing and joking and whatever, it seems like it's going good on this episode. I think he's gonna, marinate on all the other stuff, and that's gonna, factor in his decision. But anybody else got anything on them? Because I ain't got nothing. I don't think they're gonna make it.
Me neither. but we'll see.
Let me ask the girls real quick about the lie that Michael told. Do you think that
It wasn't
It
a
was
lie.
stupid.
It was an omission of whatever was happening. He
It
just
was
didn't
a
say anything.
lie. It was a lie. It was
He didn't say, he didn't say I'm
Thank
not
you.
living with women.
No.
If he said I'm not
Omitting
living with
the lie.
She asked him. She was like, have you ever lived with a female?
Yeah, and
He said no.
I've never lived with a female, but I've had female roommates.
This,
That's
Maya,
a lie. If you live
Jacqueline,
with a man,
Maya,
Are you
you cousin, because they both were saying the same thing.
Okay, let me put my whoopee hat on as moderator. One at a time, player. One at a time. Shahida.
As a man, if you ask
No,
me,
I
have
want
you
Maya
ever,
to check Chris.
Okay.
right?
Here we go.
If you have ever lived with a woman, I would say no. Yet I've had 4 or 5 female roommates
How is that not the same thing?
because I'm not fucking them and I'm not staying in the same bed with them.
You should still
There's a
elaborate
huge
on that
difference
situation.
between living with them.
Do you guys have the
It
same
opens the door for that
same
conversation.
same lease? Same lease? Living. That's living. That's an agreement. It's a contract. Living
It's not
together.
the same thing as living with.
Living
Look,
together.
there's a big
on a lease.
difference.
The name is on
There
the
is a big
I want to
difference.
know. I want to know.
There is a
Same
so
bed.
if I said, have you ever lived with a man before, and you had a male roommate, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
No, yeah, but I would say I've had male roommates. I would never say
You've lived with a man before.
male.
So you
I'd
lived
say
with a man
I've had
before.
male roommates.
So you lived with a man before.
Yeah, I've had male roommates. I'd say, yeah, I've had male roommates, but I've never lived with a boyfriend.
Yeah, but you're talking about someone who you're actually married to at this point.
Okay, that's
So
the
the
same
roommate thing has nothing to. A roommate has nothing to. What if you have? What if I had a gay female roommate?
Okay, and I
Then
still
you had
lived
a
with
gay
a
female
gay
roommate.
guy,
Well, no.
female roommate. I still lived with a guy.
That's some
He was
bull. Well, I'm
gay.
telling you the male fucking perspective. That's some bullshit. You know damn well when you say have you lived with. If you say have you lived with somebody, that means have you cohabitated with somebody in the same bed, in the same room.
No, it
A roommate has
doesn't.
no effect
It's
on my.
living in the
No,
same
no.
house.
If you live with someone in the same house, do you share the same bathroom, Chris? Do you share the same bathroom?
No, I don't.
Do you share
I've never shared a bathroom with a
share the
woman,
same living
and I've
room?
lived with 5 different women.
Do you share the same living room? Do you share a common space together?
Yeah, but that's not living. What,
They're
you
living
can
together.
what if I had a gay man? What if I had a gay man who was my roommate?
Kitchen.
What if I had a gay man who? What if I had a gay man who was attracted to me, who was my roommate? Is that the same thing?
Yep. You was living with a guy.
Living together.
That's some
So
bullshit.
you
Whether
call
or
that-
not you having
Damn right. If I said to you,
Does
who
roommates
cares about
not mean you're
roommates?
living with someone?
Who cares about roommates if you're talking about having an emotional and a physical
She didn't
connection
ask
with
that.
someone
She
you're
said,
living
have
with?
you ever lived with a female? She didn't ask, have you ever lived with a girlfriend? She said, have you ever lived with a female? She didn't elaborate on how
That
she
is
wanted the
true.
female relationship. Have you ever lived with a female? Have you ever lived with your mom? Have you ever lived with anyone?
Just out of respect, though. I mean,
That is kind of true, though. She
He
did
should-
say, "Have you lived with a female?"
You know, you.
All
You
right, can I just say
elaborate.
one thing? One thing. Thank you, Maya.
Sorry.
That's how it's gonna be. Okay. I see. All your motherfuckers.
We double team. We triple teamed you.
I see that.
Oh no! You leave my ass out of this mess.
Oh no, I
just
was talking
sitting here
about
like
you
Bennett.
because you were on the same team as Chris with that.
I was
bullshit.
sitting here just sipping my tea, like.
I'm talking about my 2 girls over here.
Sorry, Chris. That was.
Oh.
All right, go on to the next
We're gonna
one.
fucking-
All right, so who do we want to talk about next? Who shall we go to next? Let's go to Olajuwon and Katina.
I'm so sick of him.
I can't stand him.
Me too. I'll be
As
honest.
a dude, I'm like, come on, man, just fucking. I'm so sick.
Now, all right, ladies, let me ask you, because y'all are of that age, in that age range. Have you ever seen him in the streets, like out?
You know what's crazy is Brooke was like, I know his best friend, right? And I was like, no. I had to go look him up, but Brooke knows his best friend. So
Brooke is my assistant.
So I was like, oh, okay. So I had to go digging and know, but I did know. What's the girl's name again?
Katina.
I knew one of her friends. I went to high school with her. So I'm like, I'm sure I've seen her before. She looked familiar. She ever
Which
worked
one of
at
her friends did you know?
You know, I forget her name. It was
Okay.
crazy. So that's
My daughter knows one of her friends too. I wanted to know if it was the same one.
It probably, you know, it's funny. Like a couple of the people went to Brockton High. So if you went to Brockton High, most likely know your face. But
yeah. So I was once again disappointed in Katina.
Yeah.
A little bit. I was too.
I mean,
Katina gotta be stronger.
What else? I mean, like how many times does this man have to show his whole ass? I mean, he's done made her cry like a couple times, and I'm just over it. I want her to just be done with him. And I don't know if she's just buying her time and then just going to wait until the decision day. But at this point, I'm at the place where she's going to say yes on decision day.
They both are going to say yes.
Yeah.
No, I know.
They are still together. I noticed that on the internet, they were saying that, you know, that scene where they're kind of like cuddled up together and he has on the hoodie and he's saying they talk about, they're saying that was shot after the reunion because if you notice through most of the scene, he didn't have the neck tattoo.
I noticed that. I was
in certain scenes, he had the neck tattoo all the way up to here.
Yes.
And in that one, he did too. So when he was talking to his coach, remember, he was talking about he didn't have the neck tattoo. Right. But then when you go to him with Katina and then that little clip, they worked it out. So they did some filming afterwards too. So I think they're still together.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I didn't like him from the jump, and I still don't like him. I'm
just tired of him.
Yeah. I'm tired of all the couples. I mean, it's like I said before, with each season, they're all getting just bad.
So, what was your impressions of him, ladies, before, at the very beginning, when, at the wedding, and what did you think of them as individuals and as a couple from the very beginning?
I thought they were hot together. I thought they were good. They looked hot. I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely the couple I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. I thought he was hot too until he said the girl had to cook and clean. You know that, TT. Like I was definitely like, oh yeah. And then I was like, oh no.
Right.
So it was like quick up and down. Then I was like, yeah, he would never be on my bucket. I would, eat him, chew him, spit him up type of deal.
There you go.
With us woman.
Yeah. You'd play with him, but you wouldn't stay with him. Let's just say that.
You would not.
What do you think? Were you watching it from the beginning as well?
Yeah, I have been. I think, I don't know, he always kind of gave me like an immature vibe. Like always a little delayed, like with communication, like if I was in her shoes, I would not be able to wait for him to kind of level up and grow up mentally before, But she also said that she had came from like an abusive past relationship. So I think that very much shows her going forward and moving forward, the way she handles the situations they kind of come across. I think it very much makes sense to me. Them,
Yeah.
I just wish she just wouldn't stand for. I mean, see, and I feel like with him, he's disrespectful, but he's used to, and I think I said this a couple of weeks ago, toxic relationships. Like Mia said to me that he's the kind of guy that feels like if there's no drama, if there's no tears, that are we really in a relationship? And that's why he pushes so hard, because really it's him with all the drama. It's him with all the arguments. She's smooth sailing. She's easygoing, but he's the emotional bitch in this relationship.
That's fast.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
gaslights himself through the situation.
Totally.
Very much.
I just wish they would have played it out more. Like I knew that, when they had that blow up about the dating app on her phone, and she was like, "Take this." I wanted so much more from her on that when she was like,
I mean, that was so
me because I'm about to show y'all the real Katina. I was screaming like, "Please, bitch, show us the real Katina. I'm going to get you a name on his ass." And then the episode ended. Then it cuts. We were missed a week because of the stupid recap, and this episode on Wednesday just shows her like talking to Michael and Jasmina about it, and I'm just like, that's it. Like we don't get nothing else. Like I want to see her throwing some shit like in his face. But oh well.
She ran to Jazz.
Yeah, Jasmina and Michael.
Yeah,
which I thought was I mean, I get that because her and Jasmina are cool, but I just wanted to see something more. And I thought that they should have had a conversation, even bring one of the experts in to kind of sit down with them and go over it and hash that out. Not just cut to that stupid, where they were sitting side by side and she had the hoodie on and she's just like, I apologized and then he apologized and, I still love him and we're together with the stupid peck on the lips thing. And I was just like, what I thought of was, remember Derek, I don't know, ladies, I don't know if you know about this dude, but that so-called relationship expert, Derek Jackson, remember when he sat his wife beside him because he's doling all this relationship advice out to Black women across America, and come to find out he's stone cold cheating on his wife, hardcore, but sits his wife next to him and does this whole video where the whole time she just looked like a victim. And he's talking about their relationship and she's just sitting there like, That's what I thought of. I couldn't get Derek Jackson and his wife out of my brain when I was watching Olajuwon and stupid Katina sitting next to him with that hoodie on. But enough of them. As you know, we all are in agreement that they're going to say yes at the end of the.
Yeah, they're definitely going to say yes.
I'm just tired. I'm just tired of them. I mean, they can be with it. He's such an idiot. I just don't like him anymore.
Anymore. I never liked him.
I still think it's just because he is terrified. He is still terrified of being, and he's doing everything he can to avoid being in a committed relationship for the rest of his life because he's like, I want to be Isaac again or something. But he's terrified.
I just think he's an asshole. I think he's just an asshole.
No, I think he's terrified. I have to disagree. I don't think he's terrified. I think he's just a dick.
Yeah, I think that's just it. I think it's simple.
Yeah, narcissistic asshole.
Yep.
Grow up. Hopefully, Katina watches the show and learns she deserves better because she is calm, cool, and collective, and
she's pretty. I mean, she's a pretty girl. I mean, let me just say this: she's
what?
Gorgeous. She's gorgeous when she has her braids on, like in the after party. I just don't like that wig she wears on.
No, I agree. The wig needed to go, but the braids.
She ain't that smart.
Why do you say that?
She's kind of like she doesn't. She seems like.
I don't think she's smart.
I don't think she's dumb. I think that's how she's coming across on the show.
Yeah, she's coming across as dumb.
Yeah, because even Jasmina said that. No, even Jasmina said that she's holding back. Yeah, Jasmina said that she's holding back on being on the show with how she truly really is, and I think it's about time that she starts showing who she is already.
Why would you hold back who you are if you're?
I mean, my whole thing is if they're holding back, it's only when the cameras are there. So they have to know how each other acts on a reel when the cameras aren't there.
Yeah.
So he must know her still and can still have control. Because I feel like he's got the control over the way that relationship is going.
I think so too.
Yeah. And like I said before,
unfortunately.
He will play his position and stay in his lane. If she would have lunged at him or barked at him or snapped at him one time, he would have known I can't fuck with her like that.
Yeah.
He knows he does what he can with her because he can. He knows he can. And she's always going to forgive him. It's going to take for her to literally snap and unload some ether on his ass for him to be like, oh shit.
I mean, that's why, what is this, his first black girl, he said?
Yeah, in a relationship.
Yeah.
He's had sex with black women, but he's never dated a black
So he
woman.
says, I don't even believe that much.
And at this point, I don't even believe he slept with the mother and the daughter. If he ain't slept with her yet, I think he just exaggerates.
He might just have a little package.
Yeah. Might grow dick, as Vanessa says.
Yeah, he likes white girls too.
All right. Let's go on to, do we want to save? Let's go on to Noy.
I'm sick of everybody. I can tell you that much. I'm sick of all that.
Me too. But I must say, this episode, Noy was annoying as fuck from the jump. But this episode, I legit wanted to go to that apartment and literally Will Smith bitch slap the fuck out of her. She is an ignorant ass. Let me just say my piece and then I am done.
Go ahead.
The fact that she in the apartment when Steve is talking to her about divvying up the chores. First of all, I've said this before. I'm not a tit for tat person. I'm not I did the dishes, now you clean the bathroom. I did this, now you do that. I'm not a tit for tat. We live in the same space. If I walk by something and it annoys me that it's dirty and it needs to be clean, I'm going to clean it. I'm not going to get in his ass because apparently it's not bothering him too much. I'm going to clean it. But I respect that Steve was like, so let's, divvy up. And I'm cool with that. But he's like, the bathrooms or, you want to cook one day or I can cook this day. And, they have 2 bathrooms. You want to do that bathroom? I'll do this bathroom. But the way she was so dismissive with him on it, she's like, no, you can do it all. And you can cook all the meals and you can do this. She's like, because I'm busy. Because I work. It was at that moment. And Steve's just looking at her. And it was at that moment that I wanted Steve to be like, bitch, you ain't bringing shit to this table because I'm doing the most and paying bills and I ain't got no damn job.
And he's paying more bills than her.
Thank you.
And she lied to her.
But I just want to say,
sister.
What bills? Married at First Sight is paying for what they're living in. So what are the bills?
I was wondering that too, but they must be paying for something.
Going out to eat. You guys know damn well going out to eat bills are a lot different than when you get in a house and you start having real bills, a mortgage, cable, electricity, real. If their bills are going out to eat because Married at First Sight pays for their rent, which I know they do because I looked that up, then I'm sorry, you can say you got enough money to go out to dinner because you should. Are you gonna have enough money to pay for half my stuff when you want to move in? Because that's why she doesn't want him to move in. Because she's like, you want to move in? When, mind you, she's still paying for her stuff when Married at First Sight is paying for theirs. So he's not helping her pay for her stuff that they're not staying in.
Yeah, but he has his own apartment as well.
Does
he showed it to her. Yeah, he showed her his apartment when in the beginning of the series. So he's paying his own rent too and his bills. But it's leading me to think that when they go out, he's paying for everything, like if they go out to dinner or whatever. Yeah, but here's the thing. I wanted him to say to her so bad. I wanted him to bitch slap her upside the head with his goddamn bank statements.
Well, see, I think he deserves to cook and clean if she's working. See, that's where I have a different, like, we're not going to go ahead and split everything. Like, what? No, if I am paying the bills and you're going to move into my place.
I'm about to do a Viola Davis on your ass like this.
And you expect me to cook and clean? And you expect me to cook and clean? You at least got to help out. I'm not going to have you do it 100%, but she is.
Yeah, but I don't think on those levels. I'm
not going to do a 50. We're not going to sit here and go 50-50, kind of like you said, TT. Like, I'm not going to go 50-50. Like, I definitely expect you to pick up, but I'm not going to also be like, come do this. Like, no, I'm going to pick it up too. But that's what she sounded like. But that's what she sounded like.
He's got money in the bank.
75-25. Like, I'm not going to do 50-50.
Why not? Why would you be 50-50?
Well, because if
Why
I'm
would
working, if I'm paying the mortgage and all that.
He's got money in the bank though. He don't have to work.
That's the thing.
Yeah, as long as
He don't have to work.
everything. As long as he's splitting everything, I agree.
He is.
Okay, so why wouldn't it be 50-50?
No,
and that's not an issue if he
If
has
they're
money
paying-
in the bank.
No, and
he's contributing financially. There should be no issue here. Her issue.
I think the 50-50 that Maya's talking about is the 50-50 with the house, the daily activities as far as like shopping, cleaning, and all of that.
50-50.
The reasoning behind her wanting him to do extra is because she is trying to make up for the fact that he doesn't work. So she's trying to compensate for him not working and her working. So she's like, I'm doing this all day. I'm working a 9 to 5 and putting my time in. You should have to do this. But that's not the case. If he's financially contributing, then it should be you need to pick up some. You need to pick up some chores too. Just because you work, if you live alone by yourself and you work all day, you still have to clean. You still have to wash your dishes.
That's right.
And why? So the reason why she's making him go 100% on the chores is because, like I said, it's compensation. She's trying to compensate in her mind.
She's resentful.
Yeah,
she is very resentful. Yes.
She's resentful of that
She
shit.
works from home. She's not getting her ass up and going into an office. She's getting her ass up and going into the living room and working.
Different perspective. That makes more sense. If you're still splitting 50-50, but if you're trying to live in my house that I'm paying mortgage, lights, this, that, and then you're just taking us out to eat and you think that that's enough, that's not enough.
No, I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from, Maya, in that if you own your property and you have someone coming, they move in with you or what have you, and they're not working, that's one thing. But
that's what I would expect them to do
in
too.
a rent-free apartment paid for by Lifetime, who the fuck cares? I'm sitting in my living room doing my job while you're making breakfast and cleaning up and what have you. And hell, you can sit on the couch and rub your balls for all I care.
No, she's hating. She's hating in that sense.
Yeah. She is hating.
Yeah.
She
has to work. She has to work.
Himself.
That's it.
She's trying to penalize that brother. Penalize him because he sold his company.
What? That's right.
And he's got money.
Yeah, he has money. He has money.
See, that's what but I watched the after show like yesterday, and the after show she was talking about how if she did know how much he had in his account, she would not even care. And the lady hosting was like, how much money? And she said 40,000.
That shows her stupidity right there.
I know.
That girl.
And that's what I was thinking in my head. I was like, this bitch knows nothing then. She said
nothing. When Rudy Huxtable said to her, how much would make you comfortable if he told you, like, how much does he have to tell you he has in the bank to make you, if I would have, I'd been make you shut the fuck up.
Yeah. She said,
but she was like, to make you happy. And I'm sitting there like,
what is it going to be? Talking all
me, I'd have been like, at least 2-3 mil.
Right?
And he's like, when she said 40,000, I fucking flatlined. I was like,
what the fuck? She's so wrong. She doesn't even know. But again, you have to understand where she came from. She came from talking about her background.
But here's the thing.
She came from the United States.
The United States. But also, let me just say this. That 40, by her saying $40,000, right? That just solidified to me that she don't have shit. She don't make much. She has a job, but she ain't making good money. Because
maybe she's thinking, listening to you, maybe she's thinking if he had just 40,000 savings. And then he says that, that he's going to, because he did say he's going to go back to work, but it's on his own terms and whatever. And then he does have, I don't know how much he sold his business for. So I'm surprised he owned, he could definitely would have more than that. But I think in her head, she's just thinking, okay, savings $40,000, and then he has like maybe a checking account and 401 and whatever, maybe $40,000 is that kind of like that holdover money until you get your a new job.
Bottom line
I don't
is,
think it, huh?
Steve ain't pressed though.
No,
So he's got to have some. He ain't trying to.
No, I agree. He doesn't.
He's like, oh,
like,
is there a problem?
scared.
Because I don't have to work, and I don't really want to work.
he doesn't want. He wants to work, but he wants to freelance. She's got that old school mentality that most folks, not you ladies, but most folks our age have and older, where you go get a job, you work for a company, you stay, it's consistent. You're there for like 20, 30 years, and you retire and you move on. She's not grasping the whole freelance thing because he said it to her so many times. I can always go freelance.
She obviously know nothing about tech, which is like, girl, look it up.
He's got money. Listen to me. He's got money because I Googled his ass, and he sold not one but 2 apps. He created these applications.
The fact that he's an engineer.
And not only did he create these applications, these were applications. These were like financial applications. So he is not stupid.
And he keeps saying he could get work. He can get work. So that to me would make she should feel comfortable if he's like, I could get work. Like, trust me, I can get work.
Not only that, but he had a conversation with Mike and straight up told him, like, I am very well off.
Right.
The only issue here is that I don't have a 9 to 5. Is that I don't physically show up to work every day. The issue here is not my financials. It's the fact that I'm not working. I don't have a physical job that she can see on paper.
And she lied to her sister.
Yep.
By saying, "Oh, I'm doing everything," and he don't like him in the first place.
Yep.
The brother sister doesn't like him in the first fucking place. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's shady. That's shady. He's more of a cheerleader for anything negative she has to say.
Right.
So,
and he's like this. He's like, oh yeah, I agree with you. That's shady. He don't like her.
It's not going to be like constructive. You know what I mean? It's not.
No.
It's not.
I think he's jealous of him taking her away from him.
Right.
From her. Listen, or whatever.
Sriracha, that's her name. His name. Her name. Sriracha adds no value. Like she's just there. I want to be respectful. She's just there to be on TV and to bring a little bit of drama. I bet you Sriracha don't give 2 flying fucks about his sister with Steve or none of that. She just wants to wear her wigs, wear her makeup, and get some followers on the IG. That's all she's there for.
Yeah.
I think from the very beginning, I said that Noi was very immature. And every week, she just brandishes it more, that she's just so immature. I believe that they're going to stay together. And that's only because Steve seems to have this maturity and patience with her. But he deserves better than her.
Oh, wait.
How old is she? Because I know there's a slight.
She's in her 20s. She's in her
20s, late 20s.
Yeah. I think she might be mid to late 20s.
Yeah, she's not ready. She's not ready. Well, she's not ready for.
What'd you say, Kate?
It's funny just because she loves compromise, but only if it benefits her. Compromise is in her favor.
Immature.
Yes, she loves. Yeah, it's so immature because she cannot put herself in the other person's shoes and see,
and selfish. I couldn't believe when that man said that about the dog, that he tries not to kick the dog in the bed. So you have that dog in the bed when he said he did not want that? That is selfish, peak level selfish.
And he's made the effort with the dog. He done bought the dog the Gucci ass jacket and then took the dog with her to the dog washing place. And she's like, so dismissive. Here, you do it. You bond with the dog. It's like that'll give him practice for when we have a kid. I'm sorry. Okay. Look, I've had a dog and I loved my dog like it was my own. I have a cat. I love my cat like it's my own. But let's not get it twisted. It is not a fucking kid. And I'm not going to practice to have children by practicing on a friggin' dog or a cat. So she's just an idiot as far as I'm concerned. And I really hope and pray that she shows her ass on decision day. I just have like this whole like dream sequence of decision day. I want her to say, get all on her high horse and be like, no, because he doesn't want to get a job and he doesn't want to do this. And I want him to be like, with his bank statement that's showing he's sitting on $10-15 million and be like, bitch, did you notice I wasn't so pressed about stressing to go get a job? Because I don't know about y'all. If I lost my job, I'm stressing because I got a mortgage. I got shit on my own.
That is what's the concern, TT. Like, that's where I don't call her crazy. Like, I kind of understand her. Like, why are you not being honest with me about your finances when we're married?
He should tell her, I think.
He just told her, she would be like, oh, okay. Then if she's still hating about working and then still making him do that stuff, then that's hating, right? Then we know. But
see, no, I gotta disagree with you guys on this one. I don't think he should have told her. He could have given her a small bit just to start her up.
Right? And
he shouldn't have. It's different as being married, like real life married, as opposed to married at first sight married. Because I ain't gonna sit here and lie. If I went on Married at First Sight or any type of reality show and I've got this spouse, he damn no, he ain't gonna know what kind of money I'm sitting on in the bank. All you need to know is I'm good. I don't want to hear nothing. If I wasn't working and I was freelancing and taking 6 months to go find myself and travel across the United States, don't you? And I'm not stressed about it. If I'm not stressing with regards to my money, no one else needs to stress for me. And therefore, if you're my spouse, you don't need to stress. Because if I'm not stressing, you're stressing. Honey, I'll let you know when it's time to stress. And don't ask me no questions. Don't keep asking me every time, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bitch, am I stressing?
I definitely still think it's comfortability. Like,
yeah, I need to know.
I need to know too. Like, I'm someone who's like, you're not going to sit here and just tell me you're comfortable, because your comfortable is a lot different than my comfortable. People's broke. Some people's broke.
That is true.
Different than I'm broke.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
So when I think about you're comfortable, and no offense, him getting all her gifts for the dog, where's my gift? I saw her having nice purses and nice things too. So she could be a little bit on that bougie side. So
she is.
So that being said, where's her gift? You keep getting gifts from my dog. Like, you're talking.
So how do we know she's not getting gifts?
I mean, but that's just one thing about saying I'm comfortable. Like, I mean, you want me to split everything, and then where's the level up at? Like, we just want to be comfortable, split everything. You make your money, I make my money. Then where is anything there? You're just gonna get gifts from my dog?
But here's the thing. I think that is
do anything wrong. Romantic.
If you're taking care of yourself. I don't know. I'm just weird like that. In that, I really don't think. I think he should have disclosed to her that he's fine. He doesn't have to give her an exact number, but he should have said to her, "Don't you worry, honey. I'm financially secure."
Or now, even said I'm financially secure because I did X, Y, and Z. I sold to be. Then I wouldn't have to know numbers.
I have a hard time believing. I have a hard time believing that he has not said something to her.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? He has to have had, because she fucking harps on it so goddamn much. That's the only thing she bitches about. So much. I'd be like, bitch, I'm fucking rich. Okay? I'm fucking rich.
I mean, she keeps on saying, I'm comfortable. Like, don't worry about my finances. Like, my finances are comfortable. But that is just so, what the fuck does that mean?
It doesn't mean a lot.
I bet she got more than $40,000. I bet she's got more than $40,000. I can tell you that much.
I'm sure he does. But if he was honest with her, I'm sure she would shut the fuck up. You know,
or figure it out for herself if he gave her some kind of information. Because
I find it hard to believe that he has not done that.
Right. He had a conversation with Mike. You don't think he had a conversation with
had to have. Because that's all she bitches about.
Mike that made us. He didn't say anything to Mike that made me feel like. He just kept on saying, the conversation he had with Mike made me feel uncomfortable because he's like, if I get a job, then I can't focus on us. What are you talking about? Most couples have jobs and still focus on each other. So that was weird that he even said that. If I get a job, I can't focus on us, or I can't focus on our relationship, or I'm not going to have time to do this. Well, what do you think she's doing? She's working and still focusing on your relationship. So his reason for not working had nothing to do with I'm rich. It had everything to do with, well, then I won't have time to.
No, I think that was just a component. I think that was just for him. I think a component to say, I will have more time to work on the relationship if I'm not working. But the bottom line for him is he doesn't want to work because he doesn't have to work.
50, everything?
No, in that conversation, he said that he was paying like 80% of the bills. Like he was paying like
no, but what I'm saying is, what are the bills at the moment? Just the grocery shopping and the going out to eat.
There has to be more than that.
It has to be more than that, I think.
Yeah,
maybe they're paying electricity.
Yeah, why would he bring that up?
I'm just saying. I looked it up. Y'all can look it up later. But they pay for.
No, we know they do pay for the apartment. That's why they all.
Here's my next question: is where's the apartment? Because in looking at the aerial views, I'm thinking they're in Revere.
It's the one that they.
Are they close by you?
Yeah, they are definitely right. Like they're like new buildings.
Because it looked like Revere.
Revere, yeah, it's Revere. It is.
Okay, that's okay. So because I mean, with flying for work, and I mean, back in the day, sometimes when I would fly in from Michigan, it would come into the wave landing, and you would oversee like Revere Beach.
Yes,
and in the opposite direction, like from the southeast, it would be flying over like 93, coming into downtown Boston, over by the JFK library. And one of the episodes, they did like an aerial shot. And I was like, ooh, they got their asses in dusty ass Revere Beach.
They did. I was like,
those new apartments.
Those new buildings right off of the Parkway. The Parkway, they have those new buildings up. So yeah, they're at Revere Beach.
Oh wow. I thought they would be in Boston. Ugh. Okay.
They can't afford Boston. Lifetime can't afford that money in Boston. You kidding me? Shit.
No.
It's $4,000 or $5,000. You've talking $4,000 or $5,000 of rent a month for 5 couples. That ain't gonna work.
No.
And they don't have those kind
of. All
buildings.
that said and done, I still think that they're going to stay together. I don't think that she deserves to be with him. He doesn't deserve her. No, she doesn't deserve him.
No, she doesn't deserve him.
I think that they're going to be together. I think he's going to say yes to her nonsense.
I hope he does.
She's unlikable at this point. Unlikable. It's like they picked the worst damn women out of Boston. None of them are mature. They're just weak. I can't even go with Jasmina is beautiful and gorgeous anymore because I just see every flaw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
who would really so stink
our age to do that? I don't know. I'm sure there's not. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of choices. But like the quality of the choices might not be there because at the end of the day, this show is a very serious thing. Like, would I sign up to do this? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So
yeah.
So
who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst season.
Yeah. And the rumor has it is that they recruit. They don't even even though people apply to be on it, the majority of these couples that they're getting now, they've recruited them. Like social media, I guess they have like influencers on social media that, from each state or city or what have you, and they go and they handpick these people and then they get on. But if that's the way they're doing it, it's fucked up because, like I said, I'm at the point where after this season, I'm done. I just can't with this fuckery anymore. And especially after Love is Blind Japan, my heart just exploded with love. I'm like, oh my God, I love it. But I digress. We'll have to talk about that in another episode. We'll have to talk about that on another episode. Ladies, if you have not watched Love is Blind Japan on Netflix, you need to cue that shit up and watch that shit. Binge that shit over the weekend.
It's so funny. I watched the first and the last episode because I didn't want to keep on reading the subtitles. that like Netflix needs to honestly just read some of the shows they talk the subtitles, voiceovers.
Yes, they have the voiceovers.
This is my favorite. Like I can watch all of the.
But you have to really watch the love blossom between Rotario and
Matomi. Yeah,
it's
you missed a lot.
You missed a lot.
But the best thing about it, and then we're going to get right back to Lindsay and thing. But the best thing about it is that they're not forced to get to the altar for ratings. So there was so many breakups before then because they really took the process seriously.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I suggest you watch it. And I agree with you. Like when I first started the first 3 episodes literally each episode took me like 2-3 hours to watch because I was getting frustrated and my head was hurting. And I was like, I ate an edible and now I'm like, I can't even focus and see, like the words are all blurry. I don't know what the hell they're saying. I'm like, hi, origato. Okay, I'm good. We'll talk about that in another episode. But oh Lord, let's save the best for last with crazy ass alcoholic Lindsay and Mark the Shark.
So you all can somebody do a recap because I fell asleep and I missed whatever happened between those two. The last thing I remember was they were arguing and then they had the subtitles because you couldn't really hear it. And so as I'm reading it, I was out and then I missed the whole thing.
So it all started from, Mark is not working because his job told him, they basically let him go. And now they're on a budget. So, it started off where he made like a board. He had like a whiteboard and he was doing different things like the chores and different things that needed to be done and like food, that they were going to cook each day or what have you, and shopping and all of that. That was fine. She was happy with that. Then they went food shopping. They had $150 budget, and this bitch is at the farmer's market, knowing that he doesn't eat fruit. He's not a fruit and vegetable guy.
Yeah, I did see that part. Go ahead.
Okay, you saw that. All right.
You like this? That's how I am at the grocery store. I can't lie. I'm like,
see, that is when I was watching her do that, I was saying that is a complete and utter turnoff to me. Like, we came to the supermarket together and we have a budget. I would have went in on her ass if I was Mark. And that's why I like to go shopping by myself because I can't deal with somebody in my ear like that. But anyway, so then they get home and ladies, Chris, jump in if I miss anything. She called the wedding photographer because she wanted to do a photo shoot with the cats.
Right.
So she dressed the cats up in like baby shark fucking costumes. Yeah.
So
they were all sharks.
Yeah, they were all sharks. And for whatever reason, they had some words. There was a conversation. They were eating, and he wanted to talk to her about the budget and everything. And she, you know how she is. She's grab assy. So she keeps cutting him off, and she's grabbing him. She kept grabbing his hand, and he was like, he recoiled, and he was like, "Can you stop? Thank you for giving us the visuals. Thank you." He was like, "Can you?" He's like, "You can say that." He's like, "You can say that without grabbing me all the time." And of course, what did she do? Like a light switch. She's like, "Okay, I'm done." And she left. She walked out. And she must have went across the street to the beach because when she came back, her whole dress was, she looked a hot, tragic mess. Mind you, the photographer is in the apartment at this time taking pictures.
Because he said the photographer's coming to take pictures. She's like, "I don't want to." And he's like, "Well, they're coming. They're going to be here. I don't want to. I'm not going to." He's like, "Well, God, just dealing with her gives me a headache. Watching her,
She wanted to be chased. This is the point blank with her. She wants him when she gets mad and she storms out. She wants him to, chase after her and be like, "Well, let's talk. Let's sit down. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm this, I'm that." No. That's just immature bullshit. Bitch, you want to leave? Leave.
She ain't worth it.
This is
right.
You know, I feel like everyone knows this type of girl in Boston. She is like a girl that I know. You know, I hate to even say it. Like, she's the one I can see is from Boston, right?
Yep.
And
oh yeah,
it is.
You're at the local pub.
Yeah, she is at that local pub, and
at the end of the bar at the local pub, all acting simple and
all crazy.
Herself. She's that bitch at the end of the bar, inserting herself in everybody's conversation. Me and you can walk in and sit down and get our drinks and start talking, and she'll be like, "Ladies, oh yeah,
she's very typical Boston.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So that's where But then,
so that was it. That was this big blowout thing
over that, yes. And then she comes back. The photographer's there, and then the producer comes out and is like, ask the photographer to step outside so that they can have Mark and Lindsay could have a little conversation. So the photographer steps outside. Mark goes in the room. She's packing a bag at this point, because she's fitting to go to her apartment.
Okay.
And he's like, so you're not going to stay? Like, you're not going to take pictures? No, I'm going home to my apartment, blah, 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 blah. And, simple. And then she said, well, do you want me to stay? Oh. That's all she wants, is for him to grovel and beg. And that is just immature for me. This is why I'm single and I have retired from the dating game, because I can't deal with that shit. I don't want to deal with somebody else's fucking feelings and emotions. And she just wants him to grovel.
She's immature. If you're dating a mature person, you're not going to deal with an asshole like her.
Yeah, but she's again, the light switch flipped when he said to her, I want you to stay and take the pictures. And what did you do? Me, I'm not that person. If we've had words and we're not in a good headspace, I can't fake it and sit down, hold the animals next to him, all like, no, I can't do that. I'd be sitting there like, are we done? And she literally sat down beside him, was all snuggled up to him, all teeth, holding the cats like they were a happy fucking family. And I'm just like, what the fuck's going on here?
They're the worst.
Oh my God. They are the absolute worst. She is the worst. He needs to, I think
there's no way on the one part that I did see, because I can't comment on this bullshit because it's stupid. The one part, the whole thing at the grocery store in the budget, right? And she's like, have you ever had this fruit and this fruit or whatever? And he's like, no. Read the room, Lindsay. He's not interested. But I feel like she tries to put on airs like, I'm classy. You mean you never had this? And she's supposed to be into this like Zen and crystals and all this stuff. You don't exude any of that.
None.
That is not your personality. To make yourself feel better, you have to constantly put him down. And that's that's all I saw at the grocery store was, she's giggling and she's trying to show him stuff. And then she told that story about she had friends that, their boyfriends that they would date, and they were like the chicken nugget palate, like some people called me. Chicken nugget palate, and I never thought I would be with somebody, but here I am. Ma'am, you are not classy. No. You want to be so bad, but buying certain fruits, using crystals, having your own apartment, those things don't make you classy. That's something internal. And if you have to constantly put somebody down, then you know what? It's you with the problem. So that's what I saw at that grocery store. And I'm like, he handled it well. And I don't think he's going to say yes at all.
No. He needs his head
over her. So that's all I can really comment on.
That's what I'm saying with all these people. He is like in his head, I am not going to spend the rest of my life with this bitch. No. So let me just make it as good as possible. I'm going to try as much as I can, but I will not spend the rest of my life with this woman, no matter what I do. I want to fuck her. even though she wants me to fuck her. I don't want to fuck her. I don't want to do anything.
Not anymore.
Left alone. But he's still at least acting or doing the things, the motions. We all know there is just looking at him going, well, you want to just stay for the something? You want to stay for the cats? Yeah, well, they're coming for the cat. We can see that he's not going to say yes, but at least he's like, that's what Jasmina and Alyssa, that's what they should have done. At least she's
no.
a fucking nightmare.
I think
dramatic nightmare.
I agree.
Oh,
listen to
and
me.
a mess. No, I'm sorry, a mess of a nightmare. I mean, one thing be a nightmare, she's a fucking mess.
Yes.
You don't know what's gonna happen with her. It's kind of like, oh my god, what is she gonna say? Oh, well, we know what I think she's gonna do, but how bad is it gonna be? She's a fucking mess.
And just like you said with Olajuwon, with him being afraid, I don't agree with you on that one. But with Mark, I think Mark is fucking petrified just because she's fucking a psycho. And I think the only reason why he is staying, and he will stay till decision day, and once it comes to when they say, are you gonna stay married, or are you deciding to get a divorce? I think he is going to have his church moment. He's gonna be like, I need a divorce. And I think he wants to do that then, because I think he's afraid to do it now for fear that bitch will stab his ass and kill him
while he's asleep.
That's right. And if he decides mid-season to drop her ass and go home, I'd be afraid that bitch is on my doorstep. So I'm going to need security. I'm going to wait. I'm going to ride this wave. And then on decision day, when we're sitting across from all the experts, all the producers, I'm sure there's some security around there somewhere. I'm going to be like, I want my divorce, and I need a fucking escort out of here. I don't want to see this bitch no more. I have a feeling that's why he's waiting, because he's afraid that bitch is going to fucking shank his ass.
The difference, though, for me, is he's afraid of her. Olajuwon is just afraid to be in a committed relationship with anybody or anything. He's just afraid of marriage.
You're right. I'll give you that.
That's the difference between. But Mark is afraid of dying.
Yes.
Yes.
He's afraid of having his penis cut off,
Always
being stabbed in the night, have the cat strung up in front of him. She's like, this is what I'm going to do to you next. He's tied up and gagged. He's tied up, and they're gonna keep that gag. They're gonna keep that ball gag. He's gonna be tied up in the middle like this, and she's gonna be like, shh, shh, with a knife like this.
Oh my god, skinny.
That's what he's afraid of.
And she's got that creepy ass apartment too, with all them rose quartz stones and stuff. Look, it's one thing to have a couple of stones around just for some good zen, good juju. That bitch is on a whole nother level. Like she'll go home to her South Boston apartment and mix up some goddamn.
But let's not talk about Mark's apartment.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
I mean, I want to talk about her apartment, but then I'm like, Mark's apartment. Right.
Yeah, Mark's
apartment was scary. I don't think Mark was really ready for a relationship.
Mark just doesn't know any better. He just doesn't know any better. He's just a simple. Mark is just a simple dude. If he had living in
an attic.
If he had a beautiful, a nice woman who was sweet to him.
No, but it looked like it.
Oh.
If he had a nice woman, if he had a nice woman that was really sweet to him, he would give her the moon.
Yes,
everything he had. If he found a woman who was really sweet and nice and was like, oh, let me get because he's willing to do the work and this, that, the other. He wants to be with someone, but not with someone who's like that. Oh my God.
Hey, why did you say that you don't think he was ready? Why do you think he wasn't ready?
Who?
I don't know. I feel like he's been trying to make the changes and stuff, but I feel like he also seems very kind of just like delayed as a grown man.
Because he's scared of shit. He's afraid of her ass. He's just doing the bare minimum.
He's
for real.
Delayed. That was
I'd still say his place, his job, his everything. Like,
I'm gonna steal that one. I'm gonna steal that word. He's just a little delayed.
And you know what? Even if he was with a dominant woman, honestly, even if he was with a dominant woman who said, Mark, do this, Mark, do that, with kindness, or with a woman who's like, look, I run the show. This is what I do. Boom. He would even be okay with that.
Yeah,
But she's a fucking psycho.
Yeah.
He's a psycho.
There's no disagreement on that.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's no disagreement on that.
That's where I think that they thought she was gonna be like that
And
then
help him be better.
Yeah,
But
she ended up being a psycho.
yeah.
Well, they said,
Oh, yeah, she's
we
crazy.
talked about this all fucking season. The Married at First Sight, they need to know
They
better.
didn't
than
even
that.
try.
They know she's a fucking
Need to do
train
that.
wreck.
Yeah.
I could 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of evaluating her and be like, "Oh, you're a train wreck, aren't you?"
Yeah.
With the mother, with she's just, you can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was easy to point out that none of them. I mean, Steve, I believe, is ready for marriage. I believe that Mark is ready for marriage, but he just had like some
Not with
really
her.
bad luck with his job and his apartment or whatever. And yeah, it might have looked like a guy's apartment, all trashy or whatever, but a woman could have went in there and just did whatever she wanted. You know,
Right.
she can mold him, but he just needs kindness. But everybody else is broken. How do you get all these broken people? It makes Boston look bad. It makes it look bad.
Most deaf. It makes us look horrible.
Mhm.
Well, we've come to the end. Thank you, ladies. You guys were awesome.
Oh, wait. Do you think they're gonna stay together? Because I think
I think Mark is gonna run out of there like
I read that they stayed together and they separated like months later.
shit.
Well, I could really see. I think she's gonna she realizes that there's no one that's ever gonna be for her. No one is ever gonna be able to do it. And if there, as I said before, just like with my man fucking with that fucking bitch last Merla and whatever, he's the only one who would have patience enough to deal with her ass. Mark is the most patient man in the world dealing with a whirlwind, but after a while, it's like there's nothing I can't do.
Oh, he doesn't like her anymore.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
So
But
when I read that they
I
stayed together,
I really think she realizes that there's no one that's going to want to be with her.
I don't think she realizes that at all. I think she's very.
When it gets to the point when they say yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
when
I
it gets
still
to the
don't
point
think that she realizes that, because I believe that Lindsay believes she is the catch.
Oof.
Well, that bitch needs fucking
Think
electric.
about it. Think about the insults. Think about the insults and the things that she has said to him. She feels like she's elevating his life. That she doesn't believe that he is. No matter how nice, how nice he is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go back into it, but no.
Oh no, that's fine.
I think that they I did read that they stayed together and then they separate months later, which I found shocking.
I hope that is fake goddamn news, because I want to have my tambourine ready for when it gets to them, and I want him to lunge up and run the fuck out of there like Carl Lewis in the 1988 Olympics and be like, I want a divorce. Pew! And I'll be like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, baby black Jesus. He's gone. He's gone. Security.
What happened?
Katrina is fucking pregnant.
Who?
April Fools. You ain't fooling nobody.
Who'd you say was pregnant?
I was waiting for you.
Wait, who did you say was pregnant?
Katrina's pregnant.
Oh,
Katrina.
But he did the whole acting bit. He's like,
and I think you called her by her real name. Usually I was waiting for you to call her like Velveeta or something.
I was waiting for Chris to come with the bullshit today. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead.
So look here.
Thank
Kate
you, ladies.
and Maya, we thank you ladies for being on the podcast. We'll have you back again to talk about some other stuff. Watch Love is Blind Japan. Get into that.
We should do. Everybody that we had on for we should bring them all back for the last episode for the review.
For sure. And I'll be the next time, well, not maybe next week, but the following week. The next time we convene, guess who will be sitting side by side doing the podcast in 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Chris.
Because you're not going to
2
be
weeks.
Okay.
I'll be flying to La La Land, LA on Wednesday. So,
Wow.
yay! I can't wait to
I'll be on
see you,
your time
girls.
zone next week.
Huh? You'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll
be
see
on
you
next week.
next week. But until then, ladies, thank you. We'll post and we'll tag you so that everyone can follow y'all on IG and everything else. And until then, don't hang up just yet. Stay on the line. That's it. We'll see y'all next time. Do, 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 do.